COVID. Wuhan in China now on lockdown as the country struggles with fear of a pandemic.
Desperate measures to try and contain the deadly coronavirus.
More than 11 million people who live in that city now kept from leaving.
We've got a map for you that just shows how many countries are in lockdown. It'll pop up on the screen shortly. The red indicates countries in lockdown or who are about to go into lockdown or who have declared a state of emergency. It represents a total of 1.2 billion.
Breaking news, Mayor de Blasio announces he is shutting down New York City's school system, all in an effort to stop the spread of coronavirus. Good evening to you. I'm Christine Johnson. The mayor says that the decision to close the nation's largest public school system did not come easy. He made the announcement less than an hour ago at City Hall. Schools will close tomorrow and then remain closed until at least April 20th, but that date could change. The mayor also confirmed 5 people.
The COVID-19 pandemic affected the entire world. Many were affected negatively, especially in the education field. With the sudden and quick impact of the pandemic, schools were forced to shift to virtual learning, an area in which public schools were new to and walked blindly into. Teachers were quickly forced to adjust and adapt themselves, their teaching styles, methods, and lesson plans in order to accommodate online learning. Meanwhile, students were also forced in order to find ways to be able to participate in online learning. They had to adjust accordingly, just as their teachers did. Both teachers and students navigated through the difficulties of online learning, forced to figure things out along the way. So the difficulties of virtual learning for teachers and students came with what seemed like endless difficulties, but for teachers most especially. The effects of the pandemic resulted in an increase in teacher loss due to the lack of administrative support, increased job responsibilities, unhealthy work environment, virtual learning, and external stressors due to the fear of COVID-19. For various factors and issues that were mentioned in the thesis earlier, there has been a large amount of teacher separations, therefore a low teacher retention rate yearly. From these various factors, they also are affecting the mental health of teachers, which is really driving the teacher shortage forward.
So that brings us to the age-old question, why are teachers really leaving? What specific effects did teachers experience at the height of the pandemic? And moreover, how has the pandemic affected public school teachers?